What is going on, everyone? Leon checking in, and we're at it again with another episode. Now, today's content is an increased focus on the Google Pixel Fold, which brings us to two of the most interesting cases I could find. Now, there are many cases for the Google Pixel Fold in many variations, creating easily over 100 options. However, I wanted to focus on some key points when it comes to these two cases, which is why you'll notice some commonalities between them. Now, arguably the number one attribute of a good case for a foldable is going to be all around 360-degree protection. That way you keep, obviously, the whole device protected, but you want to have coverage for the hinge, which is what these two cases provide. That way you protect the hinge and keep dust out of it. And along with this 360-degree protection, we're looking for protection for the display. So both of these will have a built-in display protector. And then we're looking for built-in functionality, which should help with productivity and entertainment. So both these cases will have a kickstand, which should help with hands-free angled viewing. And lastly, coolness factor. So both these cases will have a cool design as well as cool naming, giving off a futuristic vibe. Now, if you're wondering, there are other cool cases like these, such as wallet cases, which provide overall maximum coverage as well, but we're excluding those because they interfere with some of the functionality of the Pixel Fold, such as reducing performance of NFC. And as always, clarity and authenticity are important for the content, which is why it's necessary. I mentioned that I did purchase both of these cases, which means that if you're viewing or listening to this episode, you're getting truly authentic content. And in order for you to find the portion of the video you're most interested in, we've also included watermarks to ID each section. All things said, let's go ahead and get into it. First, we have the Poetic Guardian case, which is a two-piece synthetic rubber unit available in black, blue, and pink. Now, this is a fair amount of choices, but I would have liked to see more options. With the case face down, we get a clear view of the camera module cutout. Now, unfortunately, it does not feature a built-in protector, which would have been nice to keep the lenses protected. Now, overall design of the back is going to be very minimal, but one thing I really like about this case is this clear window here. That's going to allow us to see the colorway of the Pixel Fold that you chose, as well as the G logo that is going to be on the back of the Pixel Fold. Now, of course, we don't have a Pixel Fold to demonstrate in here, but I think this is going to look really nice once we do have a Pixel Fold installed inside. Next, we have the hinge protection with tactical design elements in the form of slashes and a built-in kickstand which blends in nicely. Now, this hinge is going to be spring-loaded, which keeps it in contact with the phone at all times, and this is going to lead to protection as well as keep dust out. And then we have the kickstand, which is magnetized to the hinge protection. Again, the kickstand blends in very well to the hinge. It's almost hard to see on the video here. There is a nice lip for releasing the kickstand. Now, before we do so, this kickstand is magnetized to the hinge, so it's not just going to flop out of place. But when you are going to use it, we can just pull on it. It features a good amount of resistance, so it's not just going to flop around, and then it articulates about 90 degrees. However, due to design restrictions, the kickstand can only be used with the Pixel Fold unfolded. Now, this isn't a deal breaker, but it is something to keep in mind if you are looking for a kickstand that allows use when you are having the device folded for specifically viewing that cover display. And then the kickstand folds down nice and smooth, again with that good resistance, and has a satisfying click due to the magnet. Moving to the bottom and the top of the case, we're going to have rectangle cutouts for the different ports. And on the side, we have good coverage of the volume buttons, and it also feels good. So overall, this should provide good feedback. And then we have the front of the case, which is going to be very minimal, but it has the built-in display protector. Again, a plus here. Next, we have the Tong case, which is an upgrade from the Poetic Guardian in several ways. This case is a two-piece unit, which ships with a third piece, a holster, and all are pre-assembled together. The unit is available in black, blue, and green, and is made of polycarbonate and thermoplastic polyurethane, which gives this case a harder plastic feel compared to the Poetic unit, which has more of a rubber texture. Now, just like the Poetic unit, the colors provide a fair amount of choice, but more options would have been nice. Now this holster features a spring-loaded clip with Tong gate branding, and the spring-loaded mechanism is going to feature very good resistance, which tells us that the clip should hold very secure to a belt. And if we take a closer look, you can see that we have this cool textured pattern on the clip itself. Now, unfortunately, this clip doesn't lock out as you might see on other holsters like I've seen on OtterBox units. And this is a slight con because you can't use the clip as a kickstand for if you have the Pixel Fold folded and you are looking for a display angle for the cover display. However, when it comes to this clip, it does rotate with very good resistance and it clicks into place. And this is going to allow for optimal positioning on a belt or a chest strap. Now removing the case from the holster is very easy. We have this thumb tab here. And if we press on it, it's going to allow the holster to spread and then we can remove our case. Now, as for the effort required to remove the case from the holster, pushing on that thumb tab does require a bit of effort, and this is good because it lets us know that our case will be secure in the holster. Now, once the case is removed from the holster, of course, we get a clear view of the case itself. With the case face down, we get a clear view of that camera module cutout. Now, just like the Poetic case, there isn't going to be a protector for that camera module, a missed opportunity here once again, because of course, it would have been nice to have that camera module covered up, that way those lenses stay protected. Overall design for the back of this case is going to appear mechanical and functional with cutouts, as well as a faux carbon fiber accent at the bottom. And then we have a kickstand with Mech Series branding. This looks really cool. Now the kickstand does lock into place securely, so it requires a bit of effort to unlock. But once unlocked, it does slide along a track and then it locks into place with a click. And as for how well this kickstand holds up, we can perform our tap test. And this kickstand is not going to fold down so easily. That's a huge plus. Now, when it comes to folding the kickstand, we can lift up here a little bit, requires very little effort. And then we can slide it down the track. And then we can push it back into place with a click. And that's going to give us confidence that it is secure. Now, according to the listing, this kickstand can be used with the Pixel Fold both folded and unfolded, which is a huge plus here. And then we have the hinge protection, which features a faux carbon fiber accent that runs almost along the whole hinge. Now, this hinge is also going to be spring loaded, which keeps it in constant position against the phone, which is going to give us good protection as well as keep dust out. And on the side, we're going to have coverage for the volume buttons, which feels good. And moving to the bottom and the top of the case, we're going to have circular cutouts for the different ports. And finishing off with the front, just like the Poetic case, we're going to have a very minimal design here, but it does the job. So final thoughts. Overall, these are two of the best cases I could find, and I'm very excited to try them out once we finally receive the Pixel Fold. But of course, this content is led by you, the viewers, which leads me to ask, which case should I install and review first for the Pixel Fold? That being said, please let us know in the comments down below. And also, if you think you found a case that might be better than the cases shown here, let us know in the comments down below as well, and who knows, I may pick one up to unbox, install, and review on the Pixel Fold once I receive the Pixel Fold, of course. So that is it for today's content. If you enjoyed it and found it useful, please leave a like. If you're watching on YouTube and have any questions or comments, as always, drop those down below and I'll do my best to answer them. Now, there are 3 ways you can support the content. The first way is to click on the Amazon storefront link in the description below. There you'll find items that I have bought or would buy, and anything you buy from the storefront does support the content. We've also got some really cool lists over there, such as the Pixel Fold list, which will help you create the ultimate loadout for that device. The next way you can show your support is just by sharing this content with someone who might enjoy it or find it useful. And the last way you can show your support is by clicking the subscribe button. Now, Now, liking and subscribing are important because those are ways to vote on whether you like the content. Liking and subscribing are also important for new viewers and listeners. If new viewers and listeners see likes and subscribers, they're going to think that the content is helpful, worth watching, and listening to. And as always, thanks for watching, and may the universe flow in your favor. And until next time, Leon checking out.
You